I'm Amanda Stout, a climate scientist with National Wildlife Federation, and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about how recent science is telling us that it's really urgent that we take action to pass comprehensive climate and energy legislation in 2009. If we look at a whole range of science that's come out in the last couple of years and even the last couple of months, we're seeing that changes are happening even faster than scientists predicted a few years ago. Arctic sea ice is melting rapidly. Our forests are under attack from heat and drought and insects and fires. And I just wanted to show you one example, which is sea level rise. If we just look at the models that came out in 2007 as part of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report, they projected sea level rise between about 1/2 foot and 2 feet by 2100. Those were widely considered a conservative estimate, and because there's been a lot of melting, rapid melting in Greenland and Antarctica. So a recent study said, well, what if we continued the trend of this rapid melting on to 2100, what would we see in terms of sea level rise? And this is what they came up with. A minimum of 2.5 feet up to as much as 6.5 feet of sea level rise by 2100. Now you might say, well, maybe this recent melting is just a fluke, and we're going to go back to a slower rate in the near future. Well, another study came out that looks at the sea level rise in a completely different way. They said, let's look at sea level and a temperature over the last 2,000 years and see what that relationship is, and then apply that relationship to what temperature is going to be in 2100. And they came up with an estimate of sea level between 2.5 feet and 5 feet. Now, what I think is remarkable about this is that the minimum sea level rise from both of these new studies is higher than the maximum from IPCC. And the range that they're projecting is something like 2 to 3 times greater than the IPCC projections. This is just one more piece of evidence that the climate is changing even more rapidly than we thought a couple years ago. For more information and get our full analysis, go to www.nwf.org/globalwarming.